Hey everyone, Travis here on day 2 of the LCS expansion tournament with a, once again, returned back from the dead to the
Can't get
LCS.
rid of me, man. Can't get rid of me. I'm here again. Dug me up from the grave. Yeah, I'm here playing jungle this time at least.
Well, thank God for that at least. Well, actually, let's talk a little bit about your jungle because yesterday I couldn't interview you after the match. I wanted to, but you took off. But you had an interesting Baron fight yesterday involving a smite that may or may not have landed. What happens in the game whenever that happens? You just like, oh, sorry guys, and move on, or is it like, oh God, it's happened again?
Nobody really said anything. We just kind of like focused on that. That's the one thing I really like about this team is like we're focused on what to do next. So nobody really they're like, okay, like whatever, like let's go get race or some shit or whatever. Well, not race or an objective, but like let's go do the next thing, you know. But I think that's one of the reasons why we like came out ahead of all these games. Like if you look, there was a lot of games where we're behind dragons or they like snuck a Baron. Like even our last game we just played, they like snuck a Baron on us. And because like we look forward and just think about how the game's going to progress and how we match up against them, like I think that helps our team a lot.
Everybody's been talking about this. You guys actually seem to be in a rough place. I heard before the match, people have been saying like if you guys maybe weren't getting along too well last week or so, or scrims that sort of brought you guys down, and then you came in and got into the LCS. So what actually was going on behind the scenes, and like how were you guys able to turn that around for this weekend?
I think up until a week ago, we lost every single scrim for like a month straight, including to Fusion. Like for some reason, people like were just like half asleep coming to scrims, and like it was just like turning terrible. So then everybody started like not liking each other because everybody felt like you're not trying hard or I'm not trying hard and all that kind of stuff. And then so we just like sat down and talked about a week ago, and we just started winning scrims all of a sudden. Like we started playing against like LCS teams and beating them, and then I don't know, just like I felt like we rallied and like we turned around.
One of the things that's very interesting to me about your situation, we have a car creeping up in the middle of the street. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we'll just shift the camera out of the way. One of the things that's really interesting to me about your situation is that you have a lot of different options right now. Like you've started to cast other things, like, and you now have to leave Curse, an organization you've been with for so long, to be with this team. And I guess it's probably unknown yet where you guys are headed. Are there any thoughts in your mind of like, oh, maybe this isn't what I should do? Like maybe I should go do something else? Or are you 100% going to be on this team at the start of next year?
Well, I leave for Cologne to cast on Tuesday, so I'm going to be doing that for IM just because I love Carmack. He's a really great guy, and he really loves esports. So, but I don't think casting is something I would ever do full time, just because nothing against like casters or anything, but I watch a lot of casters that do it on a weekly basis, and you just run out of things to talk about, and it feels like people become stagnant. So I'd rather just do it every now and then, keep it fresh, like kind of like surprise people. I think I'm definitely going to stay with the team and play. Depending what organization it gets sold to and like what I'm going to be doing. But originally going into this, I just kind of wanted to just play with the team and like help them get in. And even before like I came into this, like they asked me the question like, how important is it to get in the LCS? I'm like, I really don't care. And then after the games, I was really happy, but I wasn't really happy for myself. I'm happy that Bunny got in. I'm happy that Cop made it back in. I'm happy that Keen tried so hard and he got in. I'm happy that Hunters got in.
So for you, this is about getting back into, or getting the guys back into the LCS, and less for you. Do you have any thoughts on like, okay, maybe you could move into a coach role and like a new jungler could come in or anything like that? Or you like, you're like, no, I made it into the LCS. I have to make sure these guys can continue to do well there.
I feel like my head in the game like got a lot better, and I'm very clear about like how I want to do things and like how I make the calls and stuff. So I think I really shaped up on that, and I'm not as aggressive enough to like just throw the game like I used to. So I think I'm feeling like I'm really strong now as a jungler, and I don't. Not to like boost my ego, but I don't think that they're going to be able to replace me with anybody, and I don't want to like go this whole way with them and then just like leave them out in the dust.
Do you have any concerns? Have you been talking to Liquid at all? Because I mean, I was sort of making jokes about this with Cop last night, but you guys are in this weird situation where you've just made it into the LCS, but your future's somewhat unknown in terms of where you could go. I talked to Liquid, and he said that nothing's been 100% decided yet. So are you like, what happens, for example, if like the team gets sold to somebody who wants to move you guys out to Vegas or Northern California or something like that?
I don't think anything. Liquid said I think he got like 30 offers or something, and they all matched into like a criteria of selling the team, like budget, and then of course there's like salary caps that have to be hit, and like living conditions. So like that's all stipulated in the contract already. So he has a lot of contracts that are already like people that they want to buy the team under these stipulations, and it's basically we're just gonna pick the best one and see what fits best for us.
So you say you're pretty certain you're going to stay with the team, which means that you are leaving Curse, which is where you've been for so long.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on that? Are there any feelings? Or are you just like, see you guys, I'll see you at LCS every week?
I mean, yeah, like I love everybody in the Curse house, and I'm friends with everybody, friends with Dom. Me jungling against him now, so after we've been like living together for so long, and yeah, I mean, I really like the Curse organization. Liquid's been really great to us, and their new coach is like really awesome, Peter. He coached for LMQ and Royal, so he really helped us out a lot. He came in and helped us out with band picks and stuff. So I think just having just a really good support staff helped us get this far, and hopefully we just go to an organization that can do that too.
Yeah, I mean, along those lines, you've got this 5-man team, and you've been able to sort of borrow some of the guys from the main Curse team, but you now also have to build like a support staff to support you guys. You have to grab a coach, which are now mandatory in the LCS. What are you? I mean, I'm assuming that you've been around for so long. Presumably, the team will get sold to somebody who will be looking at you for a lot of insight. Like, do you have any thoughts on who you would pick up for a coach, or have you even given any of this stuff like a second thought?
Well, I was thinking about poaching Scara, but Nick Allen was pretty against that.
Yeah.
So, no, we have a manager already, Will, who's been with us the whole time with Curse Academy. I don't really have like anybody specifically in mind to be a coach, but I mean, I guess while I'm in Cologne, maybe when I played, I'll be sitting there thinking about it. And there's a lot of people who have been in the scene a long time that have a really good way of thinking about the game. To be honest, like if I was gonna coach, it'd probably be like Troster or somebody. Like Troster's a really smart guy, and like I know him personally. I want somebody that like I know personally, I can work with, and I know that they understand the game and can convey their point in a good way. So,
do you think there's a chance that Troster will be the coach for the new team?
I don't think so. He's back in school. Maybe Hotshot. Who knows? We'll dig somebody up, man.
Somebody up from the grave.
Yeah, we'll dig somebody up.
The Rain Man.
No, I want it to be an old school player that, like, that has. You can just like talk to somebody about the game, and you can tell like how well of a grasp they have on it, and like how well they're going to be able to solve disputes. Because coaching is not just about like you guys are going to do this, and you do that. It's about displaying information to people in a way that they can understand it, in a way that they're going to digest it, and like this is the way. Like, what do you guys think? Okay, like we're going to go with this, and they need to be firm with their decision, and they need to be confident. Like you don't want a coach that's not confident. Yeah.
So you are looking at retired players or people that have sort of that experience over somebody like Cloud9's Charlie, who sort of like a more analytical person. Yeah.
I think our team really needs. I'm still like a hot-headed person sometimes. Like I get heated. Like you need somebody to just like come in and so, like simmer the people down for a little while, and then just make sure everybody has a clear head and they're all getting along. So I think it's good to have somebody who's civil and not just be like, oh, well, you shouldn't have done this. Yeah. It's better to have somebody that says you should do this, this, and this, and then you shouldn't have. So that's like what makes a good coach.
Well, now that you're back in the LCS, is there anything that you want to say to all the fans out there, or anything about leaving Curse? Anything in the world that, since you're now back?
I'm kind of sad to leave Curse. I know there's a lot of fans that have been with us the whole time. It's been like, 2.5 years, something like that, a long time. But thanks for supporting us all along the way, and I'm sure we'll find a new home, and hopefully you guys come with us.
Thanks, man. Best of luck over in Cologne, and best of luck in the LCS next year. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our coverage of all things esports at ongamers.com.